And this is where they chase him up to the catwalk?
Yeah, this is where we go into the rafters for the first time. And the director accidentally kills Giovanni Lombardo Radici because the killer has dressed him like him and left him there. And he axes the fuck out of him.
Yep, they end up going to that room in the catwalk, and that's where they find him with the owl head on, and yeah, that's where that happens. And then a girl, I forgot, yeah. Sybil and her boyfriend.
Yeah, the girl who earlier in the movie has revealed to her boyfriend, Danny, that she's pregnant again, and Danny has assured her that this time there will be no abortion. She's backing away from that because she's horrified and finds a soft spot in the floor and falls through to like her waist or whatever, and the killer rips her in twain
with a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw, and they pull the top half up, and there's kind of a comical scene where like her body, her torso, and like the intestines that are still attached come up through the hole in the floor, and she lands on top of the final girl, I think. And then
the boyfriend goes down.
Yeah, the boyfriend jumps into the pit, and he gets chainsawed.
That pit was filled with water, right?
Yeah.
And it was on like the third, like it's up in the rafters.
Yeah.
Why is there water up there?
Huh.
That's a good question.
It had been raining really hard that night?
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not taking that as an answer.
I don't know. That is funny. Weird. Okay. So.
I like in a cellar or something, but they're up in the rafters.
Yeah, I say because it was treating it like it was almost like a cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never even thought about that.
So the director and the only other actress that are left alive run, and they try to make it for the front door, and the director throws her into the killer.
Yep, and she gets right into the chainsaw.
She gets chainsawed.
And cuts her, and then her dress like starts falling apart as it gets cut. And
then the killer chops off the director's arm.
And then he gets decapitated by an axe.
He chainsaws off his arm and then chops his head off with the axe. And the final girl comes to up in the rafters. Where was she at? Was she still?
Yeah, because she was climbing up, and I think one of the girls accidentally kicked her because her ankle was hurt, and she lost her footing because her ankle was hurt and she fell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's how she got knocked out.
So she comes to, and the killer thinks that everyone's dead, and he doesn't realize that she's still alive, and she's like going around the theater trying to find survivors, I guess, maybe, and that's where we get the cool shower stall scene. She finds the actress that the director had thrown into the killer to try to escape, who had dragged herself to the showers after being chainsawed in the collarbone region, and
this is where he guts her, isn't it?
Yeah, the killer follows the blood trail of that actress in there and doesn't realize that the final girl is in the shower stall next to them with the curtain drawn, and she sees him like lift the actress up, and he knifes her in the gut. He goes and arranges all of the bodies on the stage,
putting feathers all over their faces, stuffing their mouths with feathers.
Yeah, it's another really interesting take on the whole find the bodies scene. Arranges everybody and just kind of sits down admiring his work.
And his cat.
Yeah, the cat.
And I love this scene because it just kind of pans on him while he's just sitting there with the cat, and you just see like the feathers blowing across the screen because he turns the fan on, and all the feathers on the stage just start blowing everywhere. And very kind of like artistic and stylish scene right there.
I mean, and plus, I mean, she's watching this whole thing.
Yeah.
Not knowing if he's sleeping because he's got a fucking mask on.
Right.
So, and it's...
And he's staying like dead still,
so
he can't tell.
She sees the key in this. It's like stuck in the
lodged
stage.
in the stage.
And somehow she spots this thing from like a ridiculous distance.
Maybe there's a glare and it like bounced off and
yeah.
hit her in the eye, and she looked and what the fuck is that? Oh, it's the key to get out.
It's the key to my salvation. So she makes her way under the stage to try to get the key, and
fucking cat like
the cat gives her away. She's like prying at the key with a screwdriver, and the cat starts fucking around with it. The key falls, and the killer is then aware that she is alive and under the stage, and then they make their way back up into the rafters.
Well, she stabs him in the eye with the screwdriver first,
yeah, okay,
and then that's when he starts giving chase to her.
Yeah, they get back up into the rafters, and they're on the catwalk, and she like or he falls and grabs like an electrical cable and starts climbing up it, and she chops it with an axe, and it breaks, and he falls.
And
then she fucking sets his ass on fire.
Yeah, because he gets back up for one final jump scare, and yeah, she dumps the coals on him and catches him on fire.
which you would think that's the fucking end of this fucker, but it's fucking not.
Fuck no.
Spoiler.
She escapes. Realizes that she's left her expensive ass watch.
After the whole place has been probably gutted by the
by the
cops and investigators.
She decides that she's gonna go back for her goddamn watch because that's fucking important.
Yep, and that's when you see the janitor, like
the groundskeeper.
Yep, and he's completely like just still in shock and keeps saying, "You gotta make sure to get him right between the eyes, Ellie. Right between the eyes."
Oh yeah, because they had found his gun in his office, and like someone tried to use it at some point, but it didn't work because they forgot to take the goddamn safety off.
Yeah, comes back like this time. The killer doesn't have the owl mask on anymore, and like comes after her again, and this time the groundskeeper ends up hitting him, just like he said, right in the eyes, or right between the eyes. And then he just kind of mutters to himself, like I said, Ellie, right between the eyes. Right between the eyes.
Yeah, he says it a whole bunch of times.
That's the end, right?
Yeah, that's
the end.
Score time.
Oh, but the watch is broken.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah. No money.
All for not.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first again. It's a running theme of me going first. Gore's decent. The lighting is good, but it's predicated on the fact that the stage lighting in a play. So, I mean, camera work is meh. There's some pretty cool, like the scenes underneath the stage and killer's point of view, like walking around, like you said, the wire thing.
Yep.
I mean, for a directorial debut as a movie, I'm gonna grade it on that scale. I mean, I think the owl mask is very effective. It is creepy. I couldn't be around an owl for very long. I mean, they creep the fuck out of me. I mean, I don't know. I do like the fact that it's made kind of like in a whodunit style, like because it's a masked killer and you don't really know, but you know the whole time. It's just you don't got to figure out who it is. I'm going with an 8 again. An 8. That's it. An 8. Okay.
Right. I'll go next.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'll give this an 8.5. Like, this one I really enjoyed. I love the kill scenes are great. The camera work is great. I like the lighting. The killer seems to be having fun with his victims, which is just very sadistic and just kind of like toying with them. Exactly. But yeah, like then there's the artistic stylings. Like I love that end scene with him and him sitting around all the dead bodies with the feathers blowing. That was just a very stylish.
That's a good scene. And also I forgot to like the scene where they're scoping the place out with the spotlight and they find him up in the rafters. Like
but like that, it almost looks like he is just an owl up in the rafters.
Yeah,
just because you just see the head of the owl mask. But yeah, like all in all, like just for a directorial debut, this was really, really well done. Yeah, 8.5 for me.
I'm gonna give it a
6 or a 7 because you're using the S's.
I'm just gonna give it a 7.75 because like I've got to factor in his other films in this grading here, and like The Church is an easy 8 and Cemetery Man's a 9. So yeah, I would go with 7.75. It's definitely rewatchable. This was like
it's the third time I've seen it.
Probably the 6th time I've seen it, I think.
Yeah, this was my first.
And it's it's always a quality watch. Everything about it's pretty top notch. The acting is good, the score is good, the gore is good. There might not be any fancy camera work necessarily, but there's a lot of
kind of just cool shots.
Yeah, a lot of good like quick edits, and the guy, I don't know, he knows how to tell a story with his camera without dialogue. He can just all the shots with like the key and stuff that they keep getting and moving and at the back door and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 7.75.
A lot of the score also was just like aerobic exercise, rock and roll type shit too.
Yeah, the main theme was incredible, but yeah, everything else was just kind of generic for the most part.
Oh yeah, also all 3 of these movies you can find on Shudder, which is awesome. Yeah, so next week is going to be our zombie theme, and Scott picked The Dead Next Door.
I picked Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, or Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, if you will.
And I picked... What the fuck did I pick?
House
again?
by the
House by the Cemetery.
what it
Lucio
says.
Fulci's most annoying character, child actor is in this film.
Bob.
Ugh.
Bob?
Yeah.
And it's also the final film in his Gates of Hell trilogy.
Awesome.
And we should probably do the plugs too for the social media stuff.
Look us up on iTunes. Look
Make
us up.
sure to rate and review us on iTunes.
Look us up on Instagram at the HorrorDrunks Podcast.
And look us up on Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
The Horror Drunks Podcast. And then we're also, like you were saying earlier about the T-shirts, we're going to be doing probably a trivia giveaway for the T-shirts.
Yeah.
So keep your ears open for that.
I ordered 12, and 4 of them are spoken for, so that leaves 8 podcast giveaways, which is pretty cool.
And what are the questions are going to be about what stuff that we've said on the podcast?
Like, I was thinking, yeah, or what did Mike give this score on? So they have to go back and listen to find out what
force
he
you to
did.
listen to older episodes.
Yeah.
Aha!
Fucking,
Devious.
yep, making you work, bitch.
How many times in the history of the podcast has Ken been homophobic or misogynistic?
Oh, come on, I love faggots.
And how many movies have we watched so far that have made it to Randy's compilation
I am
tape?
completely in line with the LGBT community. I would be one if it... With the Q thing for queers, right?
Yep.
Right. I love gay people. I mean, my most memorable times of going out and having fun was at a gay bar, alone in a bathroom, waiting, but nothing ever happened.
Waiting and
Tapping shoes.
wishing and hoping.
Nothing happened. I guess I'm not desirable enough.
I'd gay you.
All right.
I'd gay all over you.
So for Randy, Scott, and Ken, this is the Horror Drunks podcast. We'll see you in hell.